Rich, you just said something that's interesting. I think most people watching the game didn't know there was a rule.
Yeah.
Just like we didn't know, why can't you review LeBron James blocking Victor Oladipo's shot in the final seconds, which, had they reviewed it, would have been goaltending, or Kevin Love elbowing DeMar DeRozan in the face, and that would have been a flagrant foul, and that could have changed the outcome of Game 1. So I'm still of the belief what the NBA needs to do, adopt kind of an NFL way of doing things. Maybe give each team one challenge in the first half, two challenges in the second half, and just be done with it.
Well, I
so
mean, what the NFL does, though, Frank, is it does allow last 2 minutes, they just remove all the challenges. It all comes from the home office now, and that's where it would have been last night. The difference between the NFL and the NBA here is that, yes, you can let's review whether somebody's in the restricted area or not. You could see feet placement. That makes sense. But when you open up replay, why are we now deciding whether it was a block or not when that's a judgment call? That would basically like let's make holding in the NFL open for interpretation when you open it up to see if somebody was in bounds or not.
No, you're 100% right. I think, it's so subjective. And you mentioned on the call how, Jeff Van Gundy thought it was a charge. Steve Javie, a very respected referee who now works for ABC and ESPN, he thinks it's a charge. But yet Kenny Maurer and Tony Brothers was the one who originally was going to call a blocking foul. They're the ones that, and obviously Kenny Maurer felt it was a charge, but when they reviewed it, they changed it to apply. I just don't like it because, to me, how often do you really see that, at all during the regular season, much less the playoffs? And here it is, the last minute of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. So here's the NBA again on an unbelievable night just in terms of some of the performances, LeBron, Steph Curry, just the drama of the game. And as it usually is with the NBA, a lot of the focus is on one or two calls and on the referees.
Yeah, I just the fact that replay came into bearing like that, I mean, that talk about a Pandora's box. And I'm seeing Mark Cuban tweeting about it all day, putting up links to articles to moments in previous games where no call is made or both calls. They say it's a charge and a block, and let's just jump ball it from there. Is that what should have been done last night? I mean, what do you think should have been done last night, Frank?
And that has happened before. But once again, I think, there's physical contact on just about every play. There were a couple, LeBron James got fouled on that play when Looney grabbed his arm as he was driving, and the referees didn't see anything. I just think the way to take care of it, give each team two challenges. So, for example, let's say Klay Thompson has 4 fouls in the third quarter. He picks up his fifth with a minute to go in the third. Maybe that's when you would use it because you don't think that he committed the foul. You want to keep him in the game. It would bring a little bit more strategy into it. I think it would cut down on a lot of these reviews. It's like you said, when I watch these games, when Victor Oladipo gets blocked at the basket in Game 5, which would have put the Indiana Pacers ahead in the final seconds, that's a season-changing type of play right there. I didn't realize that the only way that can be reviewed is if they originally call goaltending. So why doesn't the ref just call goaltending to cover himself, stop play, and let's see what happened, and let's actually see what happened on the play. So I don't understand why there's sometimes you can review things, other times you can't, and I think it makes it confusing to probably a lot of people who are watching these games who don't watch as much NBA basketball as you and I do.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.